So you've done so much with everything, and you really are trying to hold the government and accountable, exactly. How do they respond to you, and have your backlash, and
they don't respond to anybody.
Not even to you.
No, not well. Yeah, they try to please me some.
Because you won't stop.
Because I don't stop. They have these meetings called the SSAB board. They have one on the 18th coming up.
Okay.
At one time we were allowed to talk 5 minutes.
I bet it got down to 2, right?
Got it down to 2 now. And people come up from Columbus. They drive 100 miles down here to speak, and they're not allowed to speak.
Wow, why?
Well, because they won't let them. They let them speak for 2 minutes, but you can't really get your name out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
I mean, sometimes I have trouble getting my name out in 2 minutes, and I know I can't get anything in when I start talking about the organization, because that's pretty. Of course, we've typed in residents for environmental safety and security. My 2 minutes is up.
Yeah, definitely. So what does the SSAB board
do?
Yeah.
They push for production at the site.
Oh, okay.
They have a health department there. They have the EPA there. They have governors. They have commissioners. They have the union. They have the DOE.
So all those people are there at the board, allegedly wanting to listen to residents speak out?
They don't really want to listen to us.
Or do they?
They have no transparency.
Oh, of course. But do they bring any reports to the meeting?
No. They don't even answer our questions.
Oh, they just let us sit there.
Yeah. Well, we'll take it back.
We'll think about it, yeah.
And they have a web page. I've never been on their web page. They may have some of the answers on there. I don't know. But they don't, according to some I've heard speak, they don't even have an agenda for that night, what they're going to do.
That's what I was wondering.
And now, before I took Jim White's letter,
yes.
Pat and Miranda from up in Columbus and some of these girls, they gave a written statement. He read every word of this written statement. But when I gave him Jim's letter, he came back and said, we are not reading any more of these statements unless they give it to us Friday prior before the meeting. So they didn't want to read that letter because it was very damaging. Yeah. As you can see.
It was.
It was the most damaging letter that they've ever got.
Yeah.
And so
they don't want to do anything about it.
They won't do anything about it.
Wow. So I guess, what is your goals that, obviously we want to shut this down and stuff, but what are your goals that you're trying to do with, your organizations that you're a part of?
See, I've never asked them to shut it down.
Okay.
Because that would have been suicide. They were wanting me to do it because they needed an scapegoat, but I would never say that.
Okay.
I always said I want it cleaned up. I want the workers to be paid hazardous pay, and if they want to do that job, they need to tell them exactly what they're working in, what the chemicals will do to them, and do you want to work here or not? See, they cut that bill off in '92, the compensation bill. So the workers from 1992 to now will never get compensated unless we petition and they do it. But even if you petition, doesn't mean that they're going to compensate these workers.
Why did they cut the bill off?
Why? I don't know who put that
in.
It
doesn't even seem
1992. I don't know who did that. It wasn't me. Because I took my motorcycle. I rode to Paducah, to Oak Ridge to get workers together, and went to Washington, D.C. So it wasn't me, but they made sure that I didn't have any input in that bill. I have a CD here you can take back of Gail Augusby. I worked with her on the compensation bill, and I don't really know what's in it. I haven't even had time to listen.
So, yes, so you're working, the workers' bill is intact, or no? Or is that the same?
It's called the Energy Employees Compensation Act.
Okay. And then
EEOICPA.
And that is what is shut down?
And that's what they shut down at 92, from 53, 54 to 92 or 3. Okay. That's where the compensation bill is.
Okay.
So if we want to open that up, we have to petition that there's no proof that we will be successful for these other workers. And I've already had 3 of the younger workers call me and needing help because they already have cancer.
Really? So then you guys are working on the radiation exposure,
Yes,
essentially.
the Compensation Act, RECA.
Okay.